In this video, I'm going to be exploring ghost towns and abandoned places in southwest Arizona. And we're going to see some amazing scenery. I'm also going down a road called Ghost Town Trail. And we'll visit which is probably one of the most amazing streets in the entire country. So let's begin. Our first stop is an abandoned gas station in the Salt River Canyon. It's right along Route 60, northeast of Globe, Arizona. I was here for the scenery. I just happened to come across this place. It was part of a failed tourist venture from the 70s. I'm not sure how long it's been abandoned. It was also a cold, windy day while I was here. And behind the gas station is an old jailhouse. I also found out later, this was not a real jail. It was part of the tourist attraction. But if I was going to be sent to the Pokey, I'd want a jail with a view like this one has. You definitely have to come out to this part of Arizona just for the scenery. The abandoned gas station's at the bottom of that valley. It's gorgeous. Our next stop is Seneca, Arizona. This is also located on Route 60, but closer to Globe, Arizona. It's also on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. By 1950, this town had a service station, restaurant, and cabins, mostly catering to tourists. And this may be the original gas station. Shortly after filming this video, it started snowing. I couldn't believe I left Saskatchewan where winter just ended to come to Arizona to enjoy the snow. And here's an abandoned well. Whenever you're visiting abandoned places, be very careful that you don't step into one. And this looks like it was an event center. This would have been the dance hall. And there's the bar. So many memories, good and bad, were probably created here. The main building was huge. And if you walk outside, you're also going to find a handful of these old cabins. There was about 6 or 7 of them. And they too were quite large. There could have been more buildings, but I did not explore the entire place. And all of them have been ruined like this one. By the way, I'm very grateful for all the people who watch these videos. I can't tell you how much I enjoy making them. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everybody who enjoys my content. I'm visiting from Saskatchewan, Canada. If you don't mind telling me where you're watching from, I'd really appreciate that. I get such a kick when I find out where you're from. And did I mention this area has beautiful scenery? And our next stop is Cortland, Arizona. This is on what's called Ghost Town Trail. It's located about 15 miles northeast of Tombstone, Arizona. Nobody lives here anymore, and there's only a handful of crumbling buildings. The town was established in 1909. At its peak in 1910, there was a population of 2,000 people who lived here. It once had amenities like a movie theater, car dealership, ice cream parlor, baseball field, and over 5 miles of water mains. It was also serviced by 2 different railroads. Once the mines began to decline in 1921, people left really fast. By 1942, the post office closed. There is more to this town, but it's on private property. In 2017, there was an effort to preserve much of the town for tourists. And there was a phone number on the gate that you can call to arrange a tour. But I just stuck to the buildings that are open to the public. And just about a mile or so up the road, you're going to find the rest of the town. This is the jailhouse. And it looks like someone blew up all the entrances. There's 2 rooms and they're both rather large. They must have had a lot of criminals to lock up. Oh, and there's still some bars in the window. And there's still some foundations from buildings that are long gone. Just outside of Globe, Arizona, is a fascinating town called Miami, Arizona. I didn't even know this place existed. The downtown core is filled with some magnificent abandoned buildings. And it really does feel like the Wild West. The town began in 1911 as a mining town. It has had some economic challenges because of a slowdown in the mining industry. That's probably why many of these buildings are abandoned. And it looks like the hippies have discovered this place because there's so many antique stores and coffee shops and other interesting shops. This building has been condemned. This old hotel looks like it's ready to be condemned as well. I haven't even come close to showing you all the amazing buildings here. The town next door is called Globe, Arizona, and it's pretty cool too. I found this place west of Fort Thomas, Arizona. Gas station, some stores, and it looks like a motel. I couldn't find any information about when it opened or when it closed. And those are the motel rooms in the back. Next, we're going to go to Lowell, Arizona. It's part of Bisbee, Arizona now. This is, without a doubt, one of the most fascinating streets in the entire country. Some amazing folks have restored a lot of the buildings and parked a lot of vintage vehicles in front of them. There's even an old Greyhound bus, but now it says Strayhound. I also read online it looks like the mining company who owns the buildings on the street are ending the leases for all the people who've done this great work. It is absolutely sad that this is happening. So this street may not last much longer. It truly is memory lane. All this is located on Erie Street. If you do come here to visit, the city of Bisbee itself is very charming and I had a great time visiting. I'm going to come back next year and make a video about the entire city. This was my favorite car. Our next stop is a ghost town called Pantano, and I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. This place is located east of Tucson, Arizona. It was established in 1880. There isn't much left here, mostly just foundations, but there's this fascinating water tower right by the train tracks. At its peak in 1922, 500 people lived here. Most of the buildings were leveled in the 60s. Now it's a conservation area. And finally, we're going to visit Bowie, Arizona. There was a really bad windstorm while I was driving, so I had to pull into this town for a couple hours to wait out the storm. It's not very smart to drive through a dust storm. And it turns out there was a lot of abandoned buildings in this small town. When the interstate bypassed this town, probably in the 70s or 80s, the economic impact was felt along Main Street. I found out later that the highway all the way from Bowie to Lordsburg, New Mexico ended up being closed and there was a few accidents. I'm glad I stayed here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. And until next time, thank you.